5. The Emerald Forest, Part 1. This in a part of the forest where fighting where where the fight with the new Grim, Tony and his husband and are fighting and no one is backing down. And our hero is losing a lot of blood that he would probably lose his life if his team will not come and save him and not stop this Grim and to put it out of this world. And when he went for his other weapon, a spear, went through the Grim, and the one person, Tony smiled and looked at her coming from the tree and stood by Tony, and the others came and stood by with their weapons. Okay, guys, let's give this beast our full power and destroy it before it can cause harm to all the students. And please don't worry about me. I am fine. It's just a little bit of blood. Let's put this show into action. The group got in their weapons, and ready and combined them to make one powerful weapon. They stood together and put all their aurora into the powerful weapon, and hit the Grim with all their strength. And the Grim was destroyed, and they stood together and went back to find where all the first years were. And the train checked if there was a more Grim in the area, and there was none. So they started back to the free temple and to see what the others were going to do. The opium ants an overhead view of the Emerald Forest as the camera pans down into the misty underbrush where Yang Soyeon is walking and looking around, calling out, "Hello?" No, not seeing the shadow quickly pass by. Is anyone out there? Hello? Stops and raising her arms. I'm going to get bored here. Hears a rustling in a bush behind her and turns. Is someone there? The rest continues as Yankin comes over and peeks inside. Ruby, is that you? A little grim girl is hurt, and Yane's head raises up as she stares at this creature. Nope. Yang quickly rolls to the side as the Arista charges out of the green. She gets up and activates her amber and CL, staring at the monster before another Arista runs up behind her. She leaps over it and its companion runs at her again, only to get kicked back by every punch. The other Ursa and Yang charge at each other, and Yang manages to get under it and delivers a series of punches and kicks to send the creature back. You guys wouldn't happen to have seen a girl in a red hood, would you? The Ursa merely growls at her. You could just say no. One of the roosters stands on its legs and swipes at her twice. He barely dodges the attacks. Jeez, you two couldn't hit the bone board side of before she could complete her insult. A single strand of her golden hair falls in front of her face and lands on the forest floor. You! Close her violet eyes, then opens to reveal a red. Make the rest look at each other confusedly. Brienne screams, "You monster!" And the furrows surround Jaina for a moment as she rockets forward, unleashing a devastating combo of flaming hits and blows on the offending the Orisa, making it fly through several burning trees. The other monster runs over but stops short as the ends gaze while a tree falls to the ground behind her. What, you want some too? The rooster reels up and prepares to strike when a weirdly noise is heard and the monster makes a dumbfounded noise, falling down a second layer to reveal Blake Belladon with their gumballs arrow short in the beast's back. In parts, hands in exhaustion with Blake, when Blake recoils the weapon back to her hand, sheathing it on her back and with Smollett to the side, or the audience if she broke the fourth wall. Jane, now purple-eyed again, speaks to her new partner over the smoking remains of the monster. I could have taken him. The scene suddenly changed into West Knife's predicament from the end of the first part two. Stripping the swipe from the Beowulf with her master and getting pushed back into the middle of the beastly circle. She holds out her sword and she goes through her dueling motions and practices. Wes, in her head, remember your training, Wes. Head up, shoulders back, right foot forward, not that forward. Slow your breathing, wait for the right time to strike, and brains her reaper up, the revolver spinning. Now! Wiz dashes forward with her loaded weapon at the Beowulf in front of her. Just when Ruby suddenly appears between the two, in the blur of rose petals, and swipes at her across the rose slice, hitting the hilt of the monster. Gotcha! Wes widens her eyes and screams as she quickly has to stop, swirling the sword in a random direction and creates a line of fire that sets a nearby tree ablaze, followed quickly by the rest of the forest around the clearing. Distracted, was messed up, is barely defeated when the same Beowulf scratches at her weapon, knocking the young girl into the heiress. Hey, watch it! Excuse me, you attacked out of turn. I could have killed you. You have to try a lot harder than that. The duo wields their arms as they crack of Beowulf's whine and growl around them. Rue reloads her scythe just as a flaming tree falls near them. Ruby, grabs Ruby's one. We have to go. Okay, let's go to part two.